the company doing and why are you coming to BioMarine?
Thank you, Pierre. So my name is Carlo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of FlexSea. And what we do at FlexSea is we harness natural occurring polymers in sustainably cultivated red seaweed. And we use them to develop new biomaterials that can be used to replace single-use plastic and plastic packaging. All our materials are truly home compostable. They come from nature. They go back to nature at the end of life in a harmless way. And we can work for a whole range of different applications. We can do thin films, transparent, non-transparent, mold films, rigids, semi-rigids, and also work in 3D printing filaments. What really differentiates us is the kind of seaweed that we use. So working exclusively with red seaweed, sustainably cultivated red seaweed, allows us to have a more sustainable raw material at source. And on top of this, what we do is we strive to be as circular and as sustainable as possible by working as well, not just with what we use directly in the material, so the polysaccharides in the seaweed, but also with all the waste that is obtained through the seaweed hydrocolloid extraction process, put those through other patented biotechnological processes and yield high-value polymers which have high-end applications, namely in the pharma and cosmetic industry.
Excellent. Well, you mentioned the red seaweed, but are you also working with the rest of the different species of seaweed? And what will be the future development of FlexSea?
So right now we are working exclusively with red seaweed hydrocolloids and biopolymers as a backbone of our biomaterial technologies. However, we are very much agnostic in the sense of what seaweed we want to use in the long run. There's a lot of developments, particularly in Europe, towards brown seaweed, and of course we want to be part of that. But for now, our focus is on the red seaweed, and that's for the hydrocolloid. However, when it comes to valorizing seaweed waste, we don't just work in a vacuum with the seaweed that we use necessarily just in the hydrocolloid and the biomaterial, but we also want to help the whole seaweed industry become more circular and valorize waste within the extraction industry, whether as an end process or a cascading process.
Good. So you just raised an interesting round, with private equity. You're going to develop in the company. What will be the next round? When is it? And what are your expectations for this next edition of BioMarine?
So we raised a seed round of 2 million late last year. And we also raised on top of that another 1.5 million in grants from the UK government, and not only, also from the EU side. So that's really helped us a lot. Right now, we're planning on capitalizing on that money and hopefully raising a Series A in mid-2025, which will allow for even bigger scale up and even more bringing the products to market. Although we already are bringing products to market and are at a commercial production capacity already. The future for FlexSea right now is we're also expanding into the EU market because, of course, we want to be present as much as possible there as well. We're opening a subsidiary in Portugal, and with that, we hope to have more reach to local seaweed waste, perhaps, but also local markets and local production. We're setting up production capacity in the terms of tons per week, and hopefully we can start making seaweed biomaterials a reality on the market for everyone very soon.
And what about your expectations to BioMarine?
Our expectation for BioMarine are to meet relevant stakeholders at all levels. So all the way from the sourcing and establishing new partnerships for the raw material that we need in our processes, all the way to looking for people who are currently working with seaweed and are looking to valorize their waste through our processes, as mentioned, as well as talking to relevant actors who are not necessarily relevant to us directly in what we're doing, but to be able to make sure that we are all aware of what's happening in the seaweed industry and to make sure the seaweed industry can grow through its different applications in a sustainable way for everyone.
Thank you very much, Carlo.